Hello YouTube, Kisdota here. Okay, so I've got early access to Edward Elric versus Aang from Avatar. It's going to be a good fight. Elemental control versus the guy who can manipulate elements. Don't know who wins, but I am familiar with both of them. I followed Brotherhood and I followed all of Avatar, including the sequel. Don't know how I felt about the sequel too much. It was good. It was okay. Maybe I'm just sexist. I hope I'm not. Really do. Alright. Aang versus Edward Elric. Enjoy this on Friday. OCD's kicking in. Everything should be fine. Really hope nothing screws up. Nothing updated, so nothing should screw up. Deathbattle!
The elements make up every aspect of the world we live in, and no average person can tame them.
But somehow these kids can master them with a vengeance.
Like Aang, the Avatar.
Oh yeah, that
And
was a
Edward
chibi
Elric,
version.
the Full Metal
They never did a
Alchemist.
chibi of...
He's whiz and I
not
boomstick.
Katara.
And it's our job
Korra.
to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death
Oh,
battle.
it's an 8-bit fight.
Water.
Earth. Fire. Air.
Heart.
Once the four
Captain
nations
Planet.
lived in harmony, and some of their citizens could even learn to bend their nation's element. But only the Avatar could master all four, and it's their duty to protect the balance between these nations.
And since there's always got to be an Avatar around, a new one is born whenever the last one dies.
But everything changed when the
When the
Fire,
Fire
Nation
Nation
attacked.
attacked. Oh my
Attempting
God.
to conquer the other three nations, the Avatar would inevitably be their greatest obstacle.
Man, they'd even go after a kid?
Living among the air nomads,
Height, weight,
Aang was an
biological age
energetic
12,
and dutiful
the
12 years old
182nd.
when he
Nice.
learned of his destiny.
Who's on Twinkle Toes?
He was the newest
And custard
incarnation
tart
of
favorite
the
food.
Avatar.
But he totally wussed out, ran away from home, and got frozen in ice for 100 years. What the hell? That's not what I'd do if I found out I was an awesome elemental badass. I'd definitely find a way to make money off that.
Boomstick, he's 12. But running away actually saved his life, as the Fire Nation knew the next Avatar would be an air nomad, and slaughtered them all in a horrific surprise attack.
Oh yeah, I never
But the
considered
poor
that.
kid wouldn't be stuck in ice forever. He was eventually rescued by some new friends and began his quest to learn the other elements and save the world.
Oh, man.
And as an air nomad, he can really bend the wind to his will.
He can use air bending to create whirlwinds and tornadoes or slice through solid stone.
And he can
Nice.
fly. Whee!
Well, it's not exactly flying, Boomstick. What he actually does is manipulate the air currents to keep aloft. That's why he carries a glider, complete with snacks.
The snack
Oh,
glider.
well, I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Whatever. If it looks like a duck and sounds like a duck, it's a duck. Or I guess flying avatar guy.
But ducks actually can fly. Anyway, Aang can use air in pretty much
What's the
every
difference?
aspect of his
Jeez.
life.
Okay, air
like for
bending,
shields,
water
increasing
bending,
his
earth
speed,
bending.
improving agility, adjusting his body
Seismic
temperature,
sense.
and even
Oh, he
focusing
learned
his breath
seismic
to
sense?
use as an attack.
Nice.
After he learned
Fire,
waterbending
dancing,
from
plasma,
Paku and
heat,
Katara, Aang can
redirect
make
lightning,
whips,
nice.
knives, and
Energy
literal
bending.
tsunamis.
Oh, he can
hey,
take
I can
away
do that too.
bending.
Just give me a pool and watch this cannonball fly. Does that mean I'm a waterbender?
Sure. Waterbenders can also manipulate steam and ice.
Just like how I, the great waterbender Boomstick the Wet, will use my powers to swim through this frozen block.
You...
What?
Yep. Waterbending 101. You can be jealous.
Oh wow, I'm just bursting with envy.
Bending powers, activate!
What's gonna happen?
Ah! Ha! Success!
Like airbending,
Was that hollow?
waterbending requires a nearby source of water to use, like a pond or a filled bottle. The same goes for earthbending, which Aang learned from his mentor Toph.
Earthbending is all about throwing
Aang
rocks
sees
at
some
people
special
and a bunch of other
advantages
cool
like that, but
stuff,
did not
like
learn
making
metal
walls and
bending,
earthquakes
blood
and
bending,
causing
or
the ground to
lightning
swallow you up,
generation.
which is
Okay.
kind of creepy, actually.
Last but certainly not least, Aang learned the art of firebending from his longtime rival, Prince Zuko. Unlike the other arts, firebenders can actually create fire to use at will.
Firebending is so goddamn powerful. It's even got the deadliest bending technique of all, shooting lightning.
Well, only the most advanced firebenders can cast lightning, which is usually an instant kill move. While Aang never learned the move itself, he has learned how to redirect it through his body.
Oh, nice.
But even after learning the 4 elements, Aang got to meet one last master bender.
All
who
right.
taught him the art of manipulating a person's life energy, the purest form of bending.
It's super dangerous though, and one mistake could tear up Aang's soul.
And with it, Aang defeated the Fire Lord and brought peace to the world at large.
Well, with that and with his super form, the Avatar State.
In the Avatar State, Aang's bending abilities grow immensely powerful. This is because the Avatar State lets Aang draw upon the power and wisdom of all previous Avatar incarnations.
Just wisdom,
though it is
not
extremely
intelligent?
risky, as dying while in the Avatar State ends the cycle of reincarnation permanently.
Why would he care if he's dead
Well,
anyway?
that's the same for a
Whatever.
while,
The
last
coolest
year,
thing about the
last
Avatar
year,
State is it makes you glow. Like this.
Nice.
Behold!
How
the
are
glow.
you doing that?
Oh, I drank a bunch of glow sticks.
You need to go to the doctor, like right now.
My liver's processed way worse than this.
Well, with or without the
Redirected
Avatar
Ozai's,
State,
nice.
Aang is plenty
Okay.
powerful.
Split
he has
a
the ability
mountain
to
while
move
asleep?
gigantic stone
I don't remember
columns
that.
and even carve canyons around an entire city.
Not only has he survived hits from
Oh, dang.
earthbending kings and massive explosions, he threw this gigantic column of rock at the Fire Lord.
To get the column's mass, we compared Aang's height against it and determined it must weigh 9,500 tons.
Aang's super fast too.
But
With
I doubt
airbending, he can
Aang's
run on
actually
water.
that strong.
Which, given his size, requires a movement speed of well over 67 miles per hour.
Again,
He
bending
used airbending
and
to block a
manipulate
giant
the elements.
column-destroying explosive attack from the best-named character on the show, Combustion Man.
And he's proven he could redirect lightning
Firebend
from the
lightning,
Fire
light
Lord
trust.
himself. Taking into account the distance between them and how far Aang's arm had to move to catch the lightning,
Okay, so he's
he
got
would have to
reaction
react
now.
at least 155 times faster than sound.
He is pretty unused to violence, though. I mean, he's a vegetarian pacifist for crying out loud. But while he may seem like just a kid, Aang still saved the world and led it into a peaceful future. To him, bending is elementary.
If you want to be a bender, you have to let go of fear.
Okay, I don't know how spirit bending is gonna come into play. Does
Alchemists of old
alchemy
once tried to turn
count
lead into
as like
gold
chi
with
or
not
like your
great
spirit?
results. But
I
in
never
the
fully
country of
understand
Amestus,
that.
the ancient
Understood
science
that.
of alchemy is actually
Also,
possible
Edward
by
can't
using
do
the Earth's natural
alchemy
energy
anymore.
to reshape the molecular structure of various objects.
And by drawing a circle thingy.
A transmutation circle, which most alchemists use except for the youthful prodigy, Edward Elric.
Right.
Oh, what a little badass.
Careful, Boomstick, he's a bit touchy about his size.
Hey, if I lost my mom like he did, I'd get mad at
What?
the little stuff too. But Ed and his
Agnostic?
brother
Never heard of
Alphonse
that
figured
word.
they could bring her back with alchemy.
Oh, and he's a major,
So
nice.
they went for it, but things went south real fast. You know how people say they'd give an arm and a leg for something? Well, Ed literally did, and poor Al lost his whole body. Luckily, Ed managed to stick his brother's soul in a suit of armor. But still, yikes.
This horrible experience has
That's so
forever
bad.
marked the two brothers. No one is meant to transmute the human soul, and the boys were lucky
Okay,
just
so
to
that's
escape with
good.
their lives.
They're focusing
But
on
he
the
got
man
something
gun
good out of it,
brotherhood.
like super secret knowledge, including how to do alchemy without a circle thingy.
Well,
He
that was
just has to
spoilers. He
clap
got his arm
instead.
back.
So, worth it?
With these new abilities, Ed and Alphonse began their quest to restore their bodies. Specifically, they sought the incredible power of a Philosopher's Stone, believing it to be their only chance. Eventually, Ed joined the military, and thanks to his amazing potential, he was named by the Fuhrer the Full Metal Alchemist.
What?
Nice.
Adolf Hitler?
Nah, it's just Bradley. He's okay.
No, he's
he
not.
isn't.
Spoilers! Also, since Ed lost a couple limbs,
Yeah, you
he
gotta
got
put the
them
spoilers
replaced with
ahead of when he
automail.
has
Kinda
both
like
his
my
arms
leg.
back.
Automail is made from incredibly durable metal,
Some
ranging from his
soul
original
binding.
steel one to a gas-powered
become a
one to
Philosopher's
his
Stone,
best
Gate of
version
Truth.
consisting of a mix of aluminum and carbon. Apart from being durable metal prosthetics, Ed's automail limbs function just like normal ones. He can even reshape his arm as a weapon.
So he can turn it into swords and saws and stuff, increase its durability by hardening its makeup, or turn it into an umbrella. Ah, truly a limb of many talents.
But at the end of the day, Ed's true talent lies not in sword fighting or umbrella holding, but
But
the art
his-
of alchemy.
Yeah.
He can do all sorts of crazy things with all the elements. He can basically make anything he
All the
wants,
elements.
like spears and shields.
So long as he follows the rule of equivalent exchange. Anything created with alchemy must have a source of equal value and cannot be made fundamentally different.
Right.
For example, lead can be molded into a statue, but it cannot be turned into water. Other than that, there are 3 principles needed to use alchemy well. Comprehension,
Which means you gotta understand what the thing you're using
He's
is
got
made
that.
destruction,
breaking stuff down,
and
He's
reconstruction.
got that.
putting stuff back
And
together.
got
Ed
that.
is only limited by the materials at hand and his imagination. At his full potential, he can do almost anything. He can purify water, create ammonium gas
Nice.
from ammonium nitrate, repair
Nice.
entire houses, and transform
Good.
a gun into a trumpet.
Don't you ever try and do that with any of my guns. Anyway, Ed's also learned destruction alchemy, which does exactly
he's
what you think it
accurate and
does.
aware of its
Make a
capability.
big ol' kaboom! Ed's used
So
it
he
to
can
destroy
use
stuff
destruction.
like automail, but it can also be used to explode people's heads!
Nice.
So using destruction alchemy, Ed should be able to destroy something like this on a molecular level.
Ha! Or you can just do that.
Anyway, with all of his abilities, Ed has done some incredibly impressive things.
Not only has he blocked gunfire from a Gatling gun
Okay.
after it started firing,
Oh,
he's dodged
damn.
a pistol from nearly point-blank range, and his automail
Nice.
arm even took a bite from a lion-headed chimera. It was totally fine!
Assuming this chimera has a similar bite force to that of a real lion, that means Ed's arm stood up to a force of 1,000 pounds per square inch.
Okay.
He's created a gigantic cannon and then survived that cannon exploding while he was standing on it.
Oh,
and then he
okay.
survived being on
That
top of
explosion
a
looked
huge
bigger than
boulder exploding
Aang's
too.
explosion
We can
survived.
measure the boulder's explosion
Survival.
against Ed's size to get an approximate energy output. With a radius of 36 feet, this blast must have been equivalent to over 100 tons of TNT.
Is that bigger
How's that
than
for
Aang's
equivalent
survival?
exchange, bitches? He also survived an explosion that took out most of a 10-story building.
Okay.
Even apart from being
He's got
tough,
a lot of
Ed
defense.
has shown considerable strength when using alchemy.
Like when he created a gigantic golem to crush his opponent.
By measuring the size of the stone golem's thumb, comparing it to the size of the average human's thumb, and using that scale to estimate the size of the golem, that gives us an estimated weight of over 3,000 metric tons.
Okay,
All
that
this
might be
without
better.
any philosopher's stone. Because
Oh,
it
but then
turns
again,
out those
Aang could
things
probably
are really,
control that.
really messed up.
Right. Philosopher's Stones are
Okay, here we go.
extremely powerful and can be used in many different ways. Kimberly the Crimson Lotus Alchemist, for example, used one to create a massive explosion equal to 157 kilotons of TNT. However, it turns out that these stones are composed of imprisoned human souls. So Ed and Al vowed to avoid them on principle. Although Ed can boost his alchemic power in a similar manner by drawing on his own life force, increasing his potential at the cost of shortening his lifespan. But that's what Ed ultimately had to learn, what it truly means to let something go. And so he found another way to revive Al's body, sacrificing his own power for the sake of family.
Aw, what a nice guy. But all in all, so long as Ed knows what he's trying to transmute, he's an amazing force to be reckoned with.
Now let's go home.
And there's more spoilers. It's been out for a while. Okay, I guess you can't really be spoiled.
Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all
Okay.
possibilities.
It's time for a death.
Okay, who am I going for? Is my stuff back there? It is. 1 second. Let's see. I'm gonna go with Edward Elric. You know, he's got a lot more futuristic technology. He understands the elements a lot more than Aang. I'm pretty sure Aang was limited, and I think Ed may have survived a lot more than Aang has. Plus, I don't think Aang ever. No, he reacted to lightning. Now, guns. He reacted to lightning from a distance, but Edward reacted to a gun up close at point-blank range. I'm not sure. I want Ed to win, and I'm going to go for Edward. All right. Number 3. Let's see if I can get 3 in a row.
Oh!
Ooh, that's a nice environment. Uh-oh, that's going to cost some
Sorry,
problems.
Momo. You're just too little.
Aw. Oh, he said little.
Who are you calling a pipsqueak, you stupid hairless kid?
Nobody?
I'll show you!
That's how it's gonna start? Fort! That thing should break Aang's wooden staff. And that blade is on the wrong arm. Was it? Yeah. Should be on his right arm. Nice. But Aang can also control that. Can he control it mid-recreation? They both have some great defenses.
You know, there are actually a lot of advantages to being short. Like, you'll never hit your head on door frames, and,
I'm still growing!
Oh, that was smart.
Now I gotcha.
And that was a statue.
Ah! Oh no! I'm sorry!
What are you sorry for?
That's classic misdirection.
Nice.
That's advantage Elric! Ha! Damn it!
Get him. Get him, Edward. Ooh, a cannon.
How's this for small?
Oh, is that metal? I don't think Aang can control that. Oh.
What kind of alchemy is that?
Oh, and Edward doesn't know fire. I may have picked wrong. What you got? What you got? What you got?
Okay, no more clappy magic.
Oh, jeez, he got his... Oh, frig!
Uh-oh.
That's right! He has an arm that can be taken off!
No, my
The cabbages! Look at how awesome!
I won't lose you again.
Oh boy, Avatar state. No seismic activity.
There you are!
Nice try, Shorty!
You got him. Did you get him? No, Aang can go against that. Oh, stick broke.
Can't believe that worked.
Ugh. Dang it, I lost.
This ends now.
Come on, Edward. Maybe you can still do it.
At least I'm taller than you.
I was wrong.
You left me no choice.
Damn it. Forgot he had an arm that can be removed.
Looks like Ed didn't have a leg to stand on. Or arm, I guess.
Ed may have been more quick-witted
Technically, Aang
and
would get
inventive,
far more combat
and he certainly had more
once he ended the
combat
Avatar state.
experience.
Oh, yeah.
But Aang's bending abilities were far more versatile
Avatar
and
state
readily
gives him
available
way
than
more
combat
experience.
alchemy.
Yeah, it had cool stuff like cannons and gun trumpets, but Aang was fast enough to react to lightning, which is way faster than dodging a measly bullet.
Oh, the
Recall
lightning
how
was
Aang survived
faster.
An explosion that destroyed most of a 10-story building.
Oh, I forgot.
By examining the size of the building and thus the volume of the conical explosion, this blast must have equaled about 30 kilotons of TNT.
That's cool, but Aang did way more when he carved up a circle around that city in Avatar state.
The
Of
force
course.
to blast such a huge ravine around the city of Yu Dao was a massive undertaking. By measuring the width, length, and depth of the affected area compared to the size of the city, we found it would take almost 160
Way bigger.
kilotons of TNT to pull that off.
Okay,
More
yeah, I
than
agree
5
with
times
this.
greater than Ed's best durability feat. So Aang definitely had the stuff to crush Ed's automail arm, and the rest of him.
Granted, Ed could reach this sort of power by sacrificing his life force. Remember Kimbley's explosion, the one empowered by a Philosopher's Stone, a blast worth 157 kilotons of TNT? That's almost identical to Aang's feat, and theoretically, Ed could have been capable of this level of power. Theoretically. However, a Philosopher's Stone uses many souls, while Ed could only draw from his one. Not to mention, drawing from his own life force meant his power-up had a very short and dangerous duration limit compared to the Avatar state, which has no such limit. But even so, Ed's tactics and creativity kept him in the fight, yet the Avatar's speed, power, and versatility was too much for him. Aang may be a pacifist in canon and would hardly kill anyone, but unleashing his full power is a sight to behold.
Yep.
Just when Ed thought he had the hang of it, he outcome missed the mark.
The winner
That was
is
nice.
Avatar Aang.
Alright.
Thanks
Who
for
comes
watching
up
this
next?
episode of Death Battle. If you want the battle music for yourself, you can get it by clicking the link
on.
down below.
And if you'd
Come
like to see
on.
some more battle and
Come
death,
on.
make sure to click the link over
Who's
there.
next? I don't recognize the music.
That's right.
Ghost Rider! Lobo! Okay, nice! I'm not as excited, and honestly, I believe No, Lobo goes against Superman. Yeah, we'll see. Hate that. Alright, Oh, man. A little disappointed. I lost. Well, that's the end of my streak. We'll see if Lobo can beat Ghost Rider next week, and maybe I'll restart the streak. Okay, see you guys.